You've probably heard by now about the controversy with what Taylor Lorenz put out with her article on Wired and how she attempted to expose this program called Chorus, which was started by Brian Tyler Cohen, amongst others, to help, or it's supposed to be to help, influencers to put out political content that could combat MAGA. And it sounds, that sounds like a worthy thing, doesn't it? MAGA certainly has not always been honest, hardly at all. So it seems to me that it's kind of a worthy thing that we have something that combats that. However, Taylor also exposed where they get their funding, because these creators are being paid through this Chorus organization $8,000 a month, which is not small change, at least not to me. I was a teacher for many, many years. I didn't make that kind of money. So here are these influencers through this program. And you have to wonder why. If they're being paid, they're already being paid through TikTok. They're already being paid through YouTube. So there's got to be a reason why this Chorus is paying them. Are they all on the same page, the same talking points? Seems so. I've listened to some of them, and it does seem that way. And there's some that I've really liked. And I'm kind of disappointed that they're part of this, because I don't know, it seems kind of shady to me, it seems unethical. Now, why, too, does it seem unethical as well? It seems unethical because they're getting their money through a program called the 1630 Fund. Now, looking at their website, it seems like they've done some worthy projects, but where do they get their money? Well, that's the problem. Because it's so dang secretive. Now, a lot of the funds, it looks like, come from millionaires and billionaires and these tech guys and corporations, PAC and so on. One we know was the founder of eBay, donated billions of money to this. You have to wonder, you have to question why. Why are they funding this? And it's all so secretive. Why is that? And are taxes being taken out of this Chorus money that is given to these people? I wonder that too. Come on. You have to wonder about the ethics of it. So, yeah, we know that we want to combat what's going on with the orange dude. And we know full well, because we're not stupid, we know that his election was bought and paid for by the Heritage Foundation, by Musk and others. We know full well Musk did not do Dodge out of the goodness of his heart. Do you really think that Musk stepped up to the plate and made all these cuts to these various programs to help America save money? No. The reality is that Dodge actually cost America more money than was ever saved. And was his own program cut? No. Elon Musk stood to gain from doing this because SpaceX and his other programs, but mostly SpaceX, Tesla too, but SpaceX is being given billions of dollars from the government. Now, why? How does it make sense that a program like SpaceX is funded so heavily by the government, while a program like the Department of Education, Medicare, and People's Health Care, and programs for children are cut? It makes no sense to me. It baffles my mind. But obviously, Musk profited from this, and that's why he did this. So you have to question, any organization that profits. Whether it's, this with Musk or what's going on right now with this chorus. You have to. And the creators. Why? What is chorus getting out of this? Now, Brian Tyler Cohen says that it's a mentorship program. If it's a mentorship, wouldn't it stand to reason that those being mentored would pay versus being paid? I don't know. So I think that you have to start looking at things, and you have to look at what's going on right now with the Democrats and these influencers as well, because they seem to be talking heads as far as I can tell. They say the same things over and over. Makes you wonder if they even get together, or of course forces them to talk about certain topics. And, Taylor brought up a very good point in a YouTube video that she made, where she said that Kamala lost because many of the Gen Zs did not feel listened to, including the Gen Z influencers. They wanted to have topics talked about like Gaza and other things that, really do affect them and things that they care about. They wanted these topics talked about. Instead, they were shunned and they were hushed. And this happened too when Bernie was running for president. I know people who were part of the convention when Bernie was running, and how because they were there for Bernie, they were put in the back. And boo machines were put on. And fans were put on so that they were not heard. It's corrupt. There's a lot of corruption. And we have to do better. We really do. You have to start doing your own research, for one thing. I never heard of the 1630 Fund until yesterday. But my undergraduate degree is in journalism. I did some research. You could do that too. It's not that hard. Find out what's going on. And we have to start questioning the secrecy, because it's not ethical. Any of it. And if we really want change, maybe stop following the influencers, the herd mentality. Think for yourself. Do your own research. If you want to give money, give it to the small creators who really are going out there and making a difference. Okay, what do you think?